Anne Hathaway. Biography. Anne Hathaway is one of the most recognizable and respected actresses of her generation. Known for her versatility, emotional depth, and natural charm, she has built a career that spans family films, romantic comedies, serious dramas, musicals, and psychological thrillers. Over more than 2 decades in the entertainment industry, Anne Hathaway has transformed from a young Disney-style star into an Academy Award-winning actress and global icon. Early life and background. Anne Jacqueline Hathaway was born on November 12, 1982, in Brooklyn, New York City, United States. She grew up in a family closely connected to the arts. Her mother, Kate Macaulay Hathaway, was a former stage actress, and her father, Gerald Hathaway, worked as a lawyer. Because of her mother's career, Anne was introduced to theater and performance at a very young age. When Anne was 6 years old, her family moved to Millburn, New Jersey, where she spent most of her childhood. As a teenager, she became actively involved in school plays and local theater productions. She attended Millburn High School, where she quickly stood out as a talented performer. Teachers and classmates often described her as hardworking, intelligent, and highly disciplined. Anne later studied at Vassar College and then transferred to New York University's Gallatin School of Individualized Study. Even while studying, she was already pursuing acting professionally, which made it difficult to balance academics and auditions. Eventually, her acting career took priority as major opportunities started coming her way. Breakthrough: The Princess Diaries. Anne Hathaway's big breakthrough came in 2001 when she starred in The Princess Diaries, directed by Gary Marshall. In the film, she played Mia Thermopolis, an awkward and shy teenager who discovers that she is actually the princess of a small European kingdom. The movie was a huge success, especially among young audiences. Her performance was widely praised for being natural, funny, and relatable. Almost overnight, Anne became a global star. She was suddenly recognized everywhere and became associated with the good girl image, sweet, innocent, and family-friendly. The success of the film led to a sequel, The Princess Diaries 2: Royal Engagement, 2004, which further strengthened her popularity. At this point, Anne Hathaway was considered one of Hollywood's most promising young actresses. Transition to adult roles. Unlike many child or teen stars, Anne Hathaway made a successful transition into adult roles. She actively tried to avoid being typecast as only a princess or romantic lead. Instead, she chose roles that challenged her and allowed her to grow artistically. In 2005, she starred in Brokeback Mountain, a critically acclaimed film that explored complex emotional relationships. Although her role was not the main focus of the story, it showed that she was willing to take on serious, dramatic material. Her real turning point came in 2006 with The Devil Wears Prada, where she played Andy Sachs, a young woman working for a powerful fashion magazine editor, portrayed by Meryl Streep. The film became a cultural phenomenon, and Anne's performance was praised for its subtlety and realism. She proved that she could hold her own alongside legendary actors. This role changed how Hollywood saw her. She was no longer just a Disney princess, but a serious actress with strong comedic timing and dramatic ability. Career growth and critical acclaim. From this point onward, Anne Hathaway's career entered a new phase. She began selecting more complex and mature roles, often in independent films as well as big studio productions. Some of her most notable films during this period include Becoming Jane, 2007, where she portrayed the young Jane Austen; Rachel Getting Married, 2008, a powerful drama that earned her her first Academy Award nomination for Best Actress; Love and Other Drugs, 2010, a romantic drama dealing with love, illness, and emotional vulnerability. Her performance in Rachel Getting Married was especially important. Critics praised her for her raw, realistic portrayal of a recovering drug addict. The role showed a completely different side of her, far from glamorous Hollywood characters. The Dark Knight Rises and global fame. In 2012, Anne Hathaway appeared in The Dark Knight Rises, directed by Christopher Nolan. She played Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman, one of the most iconic characters in comic book history. Her performance was widely appreciated for being elegant, mysterious, and physically demanding. She trained intensely for the role, learning martial arts and stunt choreography. This film introduced her to an even wider global audience and proved that she could succeed in action and blockbuster films as well. Oscar win, Les Miserables. The same year marked the most important milestone of her career. Anne Hathaway starred in the musical drama Les Miserables, playing Fantine, a tragic character who suffers extreme poverty and hardship. For this role, Anne went through a dramatic physical transformation. She lost a significant amount of weight, cut her hair very short on camera, and emotionally immersed herself in the character's suffering. Her performance, especially in the song I Dreamed a Dream, was deeply moving and widely praised. In 2013, she won the Academy Award, or Oscar, for Best Supporting Actress, along with a Golden Globe, BAFTA, and Screen Actors Guild Award. This moment officially placed her among Hollywood's elite actors. Later career and versatility. After winning the Oscar, Anne continued to choose diverse roles instead of staying in one genre. Some of her later projects include Interstellar, 2014, a science fiction epic directed by Christopher Nolan; The Intern, 2015, a warm comedy drama with Robert De Niro; Ocean's 8, 2018, a female-led heist film; The Witches, 2020, a fantasy film based on Roald Dahl's book; Armageddon Time, 2022, a personal drama about growing up in New York. She has shown that she can act in almost any type of film: drama, comedy, romance, action, science fiction, fantasy, and even dark psychological stories. Acting style and personality. Anne Hathaway is known for her emotional intelligence and expressive acting style. She has the ability to communicate deep feelings with subtle facial expressions and body language. Many directors describe her as extremely professional, prepared, and dedicated. She often studies her characters deeply, researching their psychology, background, and emotional state. This is one of the reasons her performances feel authentic and believable. Off-screen, Anne is known for being intelligent, thoughtful, and socially aware. She speaks openly about mental health, self-acceptance, and the pressures of fame. She has admitted that early in her career she struggled with public criticism and unrealistic expectations, but over time she learned how to protect her mental well-being. Personal life. Anne Hathaway married actor and producer Adam Shulman in 2012. The couple has 2 children together. Unlike many celebrities, Anne tries to keep her family life relatively private, focusing more on her work than on media attention. She has spoken about the challenges of balancing motherhood and acting, especially in an industry that often expects women to choose between career and family. Anne is considered a role model for many young women because she shows that it is possible to have both. Activism and social impact. Anne Hathaway is also known for her humanitarian work. She has been involved with organizations such as the United Nations, where she served as a goodwill ambassador focusing on gender equality and women's rights. She supports causes related to education, LGBTQ+ rights, environmental protection, and child welfare. Her activism adds another layer to her public image, showing that she uses her fame for positive impact. Cultural influence and legacy. Anne Hathaway's career is a perfect example of long-term success in Hollywood. Many actors achieve fame for a few years and then disappear, but Anne has managed to stay relevant for more than 20 years. She is respected by critics, loved by audiences, and trusted by directors. Her ability to reinvent herself, take risks, and choose meaningful projects has made her one of the most important actresses of her generation. From a shy teen princess to an Oscar-winning performer, Anne Hathaway's journey reflects dedication, growth, and artistic courage. Anne Hathaway represents a modern type of celebrity: talented, intelligent, socially aware, and emotionally honest.